Have you ever noticed how quickly we jump into solutions? A team isn't communicating. Someone says motivation is low, people resist change, and almost immediately we ask, how do we fix it? But over the years, I have learned that there is a much more useful question. What kind of system created this behavior? Because the same behavior can mean completely different things in different organizations. Imagine three organizations: a startup, a multinational company, a family business. In all three, people stay silent during meetings. At first glance, it looks like exactly the same problem, but it isn't. Because behavior always makes sense inside the system where it happens. That is why context always comes before solutions. Whenever I work with a team, I try not to stop at the first explanation. Instead, I look through 5 different lenses. First, reality. What do you actually observe? Second, psychology. What may people be experiencing? Third, the team. How do they influence one another? Fourth, the organization. What structures, leadership, or culture shape these behaviors? And finally, the system. How is everything connected to customers, strategy, and the wider organization? Let's take one simple example. People don't speak during meetings. In a startup, people may wait for the founder to make every decision. In a large corporation, people may have stopped speaking because nothing ever changes. In a family business, people may avoid disagreement because family relationships matter more than professional roles. The visible behavior is identical. The reasons are completely different. And because the reasons are different, the solution must also be different. One of the biggest mistakes I see is solving problems too quickly. Curiosity is often much more valuable than advice. Before I recommend and think, I try to understand. Because once we understand the system, the intervention usually becomes much clearer. These are some of the questions I almost always ask. How are decisions made? Who really influences decisions? What behaviors are rewarded? Which conversations never happen? What happens when somebody disagrees? These questions help me understand the system before trying to change it. This is one principle I come back to again and again. When something isn't working, I try not to diagnose the person first. I try to understand the environment. Because people don't work in isolation, they work inside systems, and systems shape behavior every single day. Throughout this series, I will keep connecting different perspectives. Sometimes psychology will explain what is happening, sometimes leadership, sometimes organizational behaviors, sometimes systems thinking, sometimes business, because real organizations don't separate these disciplines. Reality doesn't. If there is one idea I would like you to remember from today's episode, it is this. Before you try to improve a team, slow down. Observe, become curious, understand the context, because the better we understand the system, the better decisions we make. I would like to leave you with 3 questions. Think about your own team. What behavior are you currently focusing on? What may be influencing that behavior? And perhaps the most important question, what may you still not be seeing? Because sometimes the biggest opportunity isn't changing people, it's changing the way we understand the system. See you in the next episode.